Hi yoga friends, I'm Sarah Mapes. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's flow will open your hips, strengthen our cores and our backs, and lengthen our hamstrings. Our peak pose today will be bird of paradise. If that's not in your practice, don't worry. You're still going to get the benefits of opening your hips, strengthening your core and back, and lengthening your hamstrings. Sometimes I think we take ourselves too seriously in yoga, and just trying part of the pose and seeing what happens is just fun. So have fun with this practice. Let's get started. We're going to lay down on our backs with our legs in bound angle pose, Baddha Konasana. Place a hand on your belly, another hand on your chest. Close your eyes. Start to take breaths. Observe your breath. How's your body feeling today? Are there any aches and pains anywhere? With your hand on your belly, begin inhaling and lifting your belly. Fill your belly with air. Exhale, let your belly button drop down towards your mat. Let's take a few more belly breaths. Inhale, fill your belly up with air. Exhale, let your belly button drop back down towards your mat. One more belly breath. Inhale, fill your belly with air. Exhale, let your belly button draw down towards your mat. Roll over onto your side. Come onto all fours in tabletop. We'll do some cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, curve your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, curve your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, curve your back and lift your knees up off the mat. Engage your core. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, curve your back. Lift your knees up just a little bit. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. Exhale, curve your back one more time with that killer ab exercise. Ooh, I can feel that. I'll bet you can feel that too. From here, circle yourself, moving through cat-cow. Make sure you go both directions. I'm doing 2 on one side, 2 on the other side. I'm going to come back into a child pose. Stretch my arms out long in front of me. Move your arms over to the left side. Feel a stretch in your right side. Bring your arms through the center and over towards your right side. Feel a stretch in your left side body. Bringing your hands back to center, coming back into tabletop, tuck your toes under, lift yourself up to a downward facing dog. Stretch your arms out long in front of you, legs back behind you, pedal into your dog if that feels good. It's our first down dog of the practice. Just kind of wiggle out your body, feel into it. And then grounding down firmly. Palms are grounding into the mat. Index fingers are long, your other fingers are spread wide. Feel the stretch going from the ends of your fingers all the way through your back, down your legs to your heels. Walk your feet towards the front of your mat. Roll up to standing. Let's build some heat in our bodies. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back to plank. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward towards your hands. Walk or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back to plank, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Walk or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Come into half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your knees. Bring your bottom back. Coming into upward facing chair or Utkatasana. Bring your arms up to the sky. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come back to plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your right leg forward. Lifting your arms up for warrior one. Virabhadrasana 1. Hips are facing forward. Exhale, lower your hands down to your mat and come back down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your left leg forward for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. Hips are facing towards the front of your mat. Lift your arms towards the sky. Bringing your hands back down to your mat. Left leg comes back down. Lower through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here. Inhale, look forward towards your hands. Walk or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Coming into a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Bring your bottom back. Coming back into Utkatasana, upward chair. Come back to standing. Nice. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Let yourself just hang here. Take a few breaths in this forward fold. Uttanasana. Then come up to a half lift. Halfway, I guess. And then exhale, forward fold. This time it will be a little more active. Place your hands underneath your feet so your fingers are touching about at your wrist. Shift your weight into the front of your feet. Give yourselves a little wrist and hand massage in there with your toes. Take a few breaths. Take your hands out, roll up to standing. Taking a wide leg stance, turn your right leg out so that it lines up with about the instep of your left foot. And bend your knee, hips are open to the side. Lift your arms, look out over your right fingertips. Feeling a long line of energy from fingertips to fingertips. We're in Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Take a few breaths here. Now bring your right elbow to your right knee and your left arm out overhead in extended side angle. So this is one variation of the pose. A good way to build towards what we're going for today, if you can, take your left arm around behind you and reach underneath your body with your right hand. See if you can clasp your hands together, finding the bind. Look up over your left shoulder. Take a few breaths here. Unwind yourself. Come back up to standing. Turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Bend your left knee. Coming into warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Grounding down, our hips are open to the side. Knee is pointing out over your second toe. Raise your arms. Look out over your left fingertips. You're strong. You can do this. These are some long holds. We're all going to feel it burn. Now an option is to take your left elbow to your left knee and bring your right arm out, straight out over your head. And if you can, see if you can find the bind on this side. Take your right arm behind you. Take your left hand underneath your body. See if you can clasp your hands together, finding the bind. Look out over your right shoulder and breathe. Unwind. Turn your right toes in. Step your feet together in the front of your mat or the middle of your mat, wherever it is that you're working. Give your legs a bit of a shake out. We're going to do a balancing pose next. It's eagle. Some people like to do their arms first. Some people like to do their legs first. You can do them together, or you can do one in front, one before the other. I'm going to start with my arms. So my arms are out to the side. I'm going to bring my right arm underneath and cross my hands together and lift my arms up so that they're right in front of my face. I'm going to take my left knee over my right knee, and if you can get here, that's great. If you want to keep going, you can continue wrapping your left foot around your leg a second time. Find a side drishti since our arms are in front of our face. Something to look at that will help you to balance a little bit on the side of your arms. Take a few breaths here. And coming out, unwinding yourself. We'll do the other side. This time take your left arm underneath, crossing your arms, double wrapping, lifting your arms up. Take your right knee over your left leg, bend your left leg. Here's a good spot. And if you want to, you can double wrap your leg and keep going. Find a side drishti, a spot to gaze at that will help you to balance. Take a few breaths here. Feel this stretch in your shoulders. We're balancing and stretching our shoulders. It's hard work. Then coming out, unwrapping yourself. Take a wide leg stance. Take your arms, well, I'll show you first. Clasp your hands behind your back so that they're together. Lift your chest. So we're going to start out in a wide leg stance with our hands clasped behind our back. Lift your chest towards the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Stop at about this halfway point. Lengthen your spine. Feel this stretch. And then when you've gone as far as you can, keep going down as close, with your head as close to the mat as you can. Feel the stretch going the other way in your shoulders. Take a few breaths here. Come back up to that halfway point. Let your arms go. Come up to standing. We're going to do one more forward fold, but this time we'll reach our arms down to the mat or out to your big toes. First 2 fingers around your big toes in yoga toe lock. Anywhere that is comfortable for you, even a block right in front of you is a good spot. Fold forward. Lengthening your spine. And then coming all the way down to your mat. Coming back up to standing. Turn your right leg out. Left leg stays in. Bring your arms out alongside you. Stretch out as far as you can to the right. And then bring your right arm down to your right shin or a block or your foot, wherever it happens to be today that feels like the right spot. And lift your left arm up towards the sky. We're in side triangle pose. Take a few breaths here. See if you can take this arm and wrap it around your back, reaching towards your right thigh. And take another couple breaths there. Unwrapping your arm, coming back up to standing, turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Bringing your arms out to the side, extend out as far as you can on your left side and come down to wherever the right spot is for you. Shin, block, foot. Bring your right arm up towards the sky. Take a few breaths here. Then see if you can take your right arm around behind your back, reaching for your left thigh, and take a few breaths here. Unravel your hands. Come back up to standing. From here, step to the front of your mat. Ground down with your right leg. Bring your left leg back. We're coming into lizard. So here your hands are on the inside of your right leg and your left leg can stay up or your knee can come down to the mat. Either way is great. Your hands can stay here. If that feels good, stay there. If you want to deepen your stretch, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. Take a few breaths here. Step your feet together. We're going to switch sides. Ground down firmly with your left foot. Bring your right leg back. Hands are on the inside of your left foot. Your right knee can stay up or it can come down to your mat. Your hands can stay here or you can bring your forearms down to the mat. Take a few breaths here in lizard. Take one hand to the outside of your left foot. Tuck your right toes under. Bring your left leg back to a downward facing dog. Breathe into this pose. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Open your hip, bend your knee. Try to keep your shoulders even. And then bring your right knee to your right elbow. Hold that for a breath or two. And swing your leg across your body, coming into a one-legged pigeon. Sit up tall. Keep your weight evenly distributed on both legs. And then come forward, relaxing your head and your arms down to the mat for a sleeping pigeon. Pushing yourself back up, placing your hands firmly down on your mat. Tuck your left toes under. Bring your right leg back to a downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up towards the sky. Open your hips, bend your knee. Trying to keep your shoulders even. Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Take a couple breaths here. Slide your leg across your body. Coming into pigeon. Distribute your weight evenly. Sit up tall, strong, firm. Take a couple of breaths here. Then bring your arms and your head down to your mat for a sleeping pigeon. Push your way back up. Tuck your right toes under, grounding down firmly with your hands. Lift your left leg back to a downward facing dog. Step your feet towards your hands. Roll up to standing. Step your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Bend your knees. Sink back a little bit. Take your right arm underneath your right leg and wrap your left arm around your back. Clasp your hands together. If your hands can't clasp together, this might be a good place to grab a strap. And then ground down firmly with your left leg and pick up your right foot. Just this in and of itself is quite an accomplishment. And then from here, feel secure with your balance. Find your drishti, your spot to gaze at. And then you can straighten out your leg for bird of paradise. Take a few breaths here. And bringing your leg back down, unwinding. Give your leg a bit of a shake out. We'll do the other side. So hips, feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. Bend your knees. Take your left arm underneath your left foot. Right arm reaches around your back. See if you can clasp your hands together. Even a finger or two will do. And if you need to use a strap, ground down firmly with your right foot and start to lift your left leg up. Usually it's easier to balance on one side or the other. So feel into those wiggles. Wherever we're at's okay. We're just having fun. Find your drishti, your spot to gaze at. And then, if you want to, straighten out your left leg, coming into bird of paradise. Take a few breaths here. And then bringing your leg back down, unraveling yourself, giving yourself a bit of a shake out. Feels good. And then stepping your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart with your hands at heart center. Bend your knees, coming down into Malasana yogi squat. Maybe shift your weight back and forth from side to side, pressing your knees out with your elbows. From here, bring your bottom down to the mat with your legs out long in front of you. Sit up tall in Dandasana. shoulders down, blades back together. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Paschimottanasana. Look forward towards your toes. Let your spine grow just a little bit longer. Take a few breaths here. Coming back up to a sitting position. Bend your left leg, bringing your left foot into your right thigh. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, reaching towards your right leg, looking forward towards your toes. And breathe. Coming back up, switching our legs. Left leg comes out, right leg bends. Put your right foot in against your left thigh. Inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Coming forward towards your left foot. Take a few breaths here. Come back up to a sitting position. Right leg's out. Left leg is bent. Left foot flat on your mat. Take your left hand out behind you. Bring your right elbow to your left knee for a seated side twist. Twist around to the left. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist a little further. Do a little counter twist. Straighten your left leg out. Bend your right knee, placing your right foot flat on the mat. Right arm comes behind you. Left elbow to right knee. Twist around to the right. As you inhale, get a little taller. As you exhale, twist just a little bit further. Come back around for a little counter twist. Come down onto your back. We're almost there. Hug your knees into your chest. Rock across your spine. Place your feet firmly down on your mat, kind of close to your bum. Hands flat on your mat. Lift your pelvis up towards the sky. You can take hold of your heels. You can clasp your hands underneath you. Keep lifting. Come up as high as you can into bridge pose. Take a few breaths here. Slowly lower yourself back to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. Bring your knees back into your chest. Take hold of the outside of your feet. And happy baby. Rock back and forth across your spine. And when you're ready, bring your legs out long. Bring your arms out to the sides, palms facing towards the ceiling. Close your eyes. Let everything relax. Let your eyes relax and sink back down into your head. Let your jaw relax. Let your shoulders relax. Your arms, your legs, and your core. Be present in this moment. Maybe dream of tropical birds. Gradually start to bring feeling into the body. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms out long overhead. Roll over onto one side, resting your head on your arm. Slowly push your way up to a seated position. Sitting up tall, placing your hands on your knees. You took the time to come to your mat. You took care of yourself today. It will help you to better take care of all of those around you. Bring your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. If you liked this practice, please hit the like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I would love to hear your comments, thoughts, and ideas about what you liked or didn't like, or maybe what you'd like to have a practice developed around and what you'd like to see. Thanks.